Hi, welcome back to Mark and Cindy's Food Forest in Lutz, and I'm Tropical Fruit Man. And today we wanted to give you a spring update on what we've been eating for the last couple of months here in our food forest, and also give you an update on the new plants that we've put in the ground. We've got a few new good plants, we're going to show you those, and just talk about some of the other plants, a couple of them, and what they're doing right now, and the stuff that we're expecting to eat in the next 2 to 3 months. So let's start here. We have a strawberry tree. Now the strawberry tree is a fast-growing tree, and it basically is known for putting out flowers. The reason they call it the strawberry tree is because the flowers that it produces are like that of the strawberry bush that puts out the strawberry fruit. It's a unique plant. They're fast-growing, actually. The actual name for that tree is called the Mutingia calabura, and there's another variety that they sell, and it's different from this one. It's also called a strawberry tree, but it's the Arbutus unedo, which is different from this one. This one seems to do better in Central Florida, from what I've heard, from the research I've done. They produce these little red-looking fruits that are very small, but they're very unique. They have a very sweet taste, and people say they taste like cotton candy. These things, they fruit pretty much nearly all year round. So once they start giving off the fruit, you'll get many yields throughout the year. And they start out as green, and they start to ripen and become red. They ripen very quickly. They say you can come out in the morning and look at the fruit and see them, you know, not so red. And you have to come out by the end of the day and check them again, because they'll be red again. Right at that point. Basically, like I said, they're fast growers. This one I planted about 2 weeks ago, and you can see the stick that's holding it up, and it was below the length or the height of that stick, and you can see in just 2 weeks how it's really taken off. So they are fast growers. I got this tree from a natural farm in Howey of the Hills, Florida. They're the people that I ordered it from, and I'm very pleased with it. It was in a smaller pot, so I planted it in this. What I'm going to do is let it grow for a while, and I'm going to put it into a bigger pot, and I'm going to wait until I can actually get it into the ground, maybe next year. I want it to get a little bit more mature, so it'll handle the cold weather better. The other tree down here that you're looking at, that tree there, is what's called the water lemon, and nothing special about it. It's basically of the same family as the passion fruit. Somebody I know is growing it. They told me about it. I'd never heard of it, and they produce these large, much bigger than the actual average passion fruit that you see, and they basically, you break them open, they got pretty much like a regular passion fruit, except they're much larger, a little bit more fruit inside them. But it's called the water lemon. They're fast growers. It's a vine, obviously, just like the passion fruit. And I planted that not too long ago also, and it's already taken off like a vine does. It grows pretty fast. So I'm going to get that in the ground probably next year also. I'm going to let it get a little bit bigger before I pop it in the ground. This mango tree you see right here, and that's a beautiful tree. It's called the cotton candy variety mango. Maybe a lot of people haven't heard of it. They call it like a designer mango tree. It's got a wonderful taste. It's very sweet. People say that it, you know, kind of reminds them of cotton candy. And we got that tree recently at a place called Tropical Acres Farms here in Florida. A friend of mine went up that way and brought up a bunch of trees back for us. So that's in the ground now, and hopefully maybe next year we may start seeing some fruit set on that. And I'm looking forward to tasting that. It's supposedly got a really good taste. It's fiberless, and it basically starts producing and matures for picking in the late season, so pretty much like the later summer. And it's a compact size variety of the mango. It's like a condo mango, so it's very manageable. It doesn't get very big, and you can prune it back to stay a manageable size, so it won't take up a lot of space. You can also grow that in a pot if you choose. So around here is another mango tree, which is the Kerry. And the Kerry mango is fiberless, just like the other one is that we just saw, the cotton candy. This one here has a rich flavor. It's very orange when you cut the mango open, and it's got a strong aroma. And just like the cotton candy, it's a compact size, and you can actually keep it in a pot if you choose to. I placed them up in these areas strategically because they get a little bit of cover from the other trees, and hopefully during the winter time we shouldn't have any issue. I'll cover it as much as I can. But it's another good mango. It's a good variety. You'll see that if you look them up online. You'll see Kerry mangoes, pretty popular. So between these two, we got the cotton candy, the Kerry. I showed you a coconut cream. We may take a quick look at that in a moment. And the Pickering. And so I'll have a total of 4 mango trees going at some point, and hopefully get some good fruit off of that. So let's take a look around. I'll show you a little bit of what's going on, and then I'll also show you some of the newer trees that I put in the ground also, a couple more. So right over this way. And this here is the pineapple guava, or known as the Feijoa. See these flowers down here? These are the beautiful flowers that they produce, and you can actually take these and you can eat those petals. They're edible. We had a bunch of flowers on this last month, or even the beginning of this month. They were all over. I hand pollinated them in hopes of getting some fruit set. I've had this tree at least 3 to 4 years maybe, and I've yet to have, well, I had fruit set on one of them, but it really didn't get very big. And sometimes it's hard to actually see the fruit set because the color of the fruit blends in with the leaves. So we're going to see later on in the next couple of months if anything we see growing and if it actually had any fruit set. But this is the most flowers. This is nothing. There's some flowers other places, but we had a bunch on here, which I'm thrilled. I mean, that's a good sign, and I'm hoping that'll mean some fruit set later on. So let's go ahead and move along. I'm going to show you some other trees that we got going on here. And here is the coconut cream that I showed you in previous videos. This thing has been doing really well. It made it through the winter very well, and it survived, and it's doing really good. It looks healthy. It's putting out new growth, and I'm hoping that we don't have a harsh winter and that we do okay. And I'm guessing next year I may be getting some coconut cream mangoes, which are some of the best tasting mangoes you've ever had. They are incredible in taste. I want to look over here to show you some figs real quick. This is one of our fig trees, and as you can see down here, this has quite a few figs, and all around this tree here has put out the most figs that we've ever had on this tree. It started out pretty sparse for the first couple of years, and now it's like really starting to take off and put out a lot of figs. So we're going to get some good figs. These are the green variety that are like the really white on the inside and sweet. So we're looking forward to getting some figs off of that. Let me show you a couple more trees that I put in the ground. Over here is the, this is a Cattleya, which is the strawberry guava. And we did a video on the strawberry guava tree we have up front. And that tree produces the kind of reddish green, you know, they get kind of like a darker red when they're more ripe on the other tree. This is the yellow variety, and I planted this last year, like mid to late summer, and this thing is already producing a lot of fruit. You can see on top there, and then all the flowers that are on there. So this tree is really doing well. It's produced very quickly. Once I got it in the ground, it took off. They're very hardy trees. As a matter of fact, the other strawberry guava tree we had, we moved like 3 times, and we planted it in its last location like about the month of July, and the heat was just horrendous, but the tree actually did well. We watered it good and it took. So these trees do very good. They're very resilient trees, and The yellow variety tastes probably a little bit different than the darker strawberry guavas. So we're looking forward to trying the fruit off of that. And let me show you a custard apple tree that we have over here that I planted. So this is a custard apple. It's different from the sugar apple. It's from the same family, from the Annona family. And I planted that sometime last year also. And it took very well and it's doing good. So at some point we're hoping to get some fruit off of that. I'm not sure if I'll have any fruit set this year, but maybe next year. Other than that, right now we're waiting on some of our fruit to mature right now, so I hope to come out with some videos shortly again. We'll be doing the passion fruit. We have a purple passion fruit vine. We got 2 vines, and one of them is putting off a lot of passion fruit right now. We're just waiting for those to ripen. And we also have some pomegranates on the tree, and we're waiting for those to get ready. We'll do a video on the pomegranates. And what else we're looking at? Sugar apples will be coming up, but we already did a video on that. So depending on what happens, we have our Feijoa tree, which the pineapple guava I showed you. If there's any fruit set on that, we'll be doing a video on that much later in the year. I also have the wax jambu tree. Hasn't put any flowers out yet. But I am excited about one tree especially, and haven't done a video on that, but in my showing my different videos of the full tour, you can see the ice cream bean fruit tree, the Inga edulis. Well, last year we had some bunch of flowers on it, and I was excited. I was hoping to get some fruit, but nothing happened. And then one day, my wife Cindy, say hello.
Hello!
She comes walking into the house and shows me this pod, and says, "Look what I found on the ground," and it was an ice cream bean. And we had one that made it, but it was so dried out that the fruit wasn't good. But I was excited because at least we got something going on that tree. So depending on what happens with that, and we'll be showing a video in the future. And so we got other fruits coming along, and when they're ready, we'll be bringing new videos to you. So in the meantime, be blessed and keep growing.